check.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
The Carroll Dragons, the Colleyville Heritage Panthers tonight, District 7 6A baseball. Got it right here on Champion Sports Radio. We greet you live from the campus of Heritage High School as Champion Sports Radio, in conjunction with CSR TV, presents continuing coverage of Southlake Carroll baseball for the 2015 season. Hi again, everybody, with my partner Pete Nielsen alongside Brad Denton, bidding you a very pleasant good evening and welcome into Colleyville as we make the very short road trip tracking the Dragons to beautiful Panther Field. Peter, both Carroll and Heritage at the halfway mark of this District 7 6A schedule, and both the Dragons and these Panthers with high hopes to improve on their identical 2-win, 4-loss district mark thus far.
Well, Brad, we've talked about it earlier this year about how a lot of games since the slow start for the Dragons have been must games, and mark this one down as well as another must game. Can't fall any further behind the leaders, and many people think now that the winner of this series might be the fourth representative in the playoffs as we move forward.
Our pregame programming tonight brought to you by Meet You Anywhere Barbecue. Go to Meet You Anywhere Barbecue, find them in Grapevine, and you'll find the best barbecue in North Texas online at meetu anywhere.com. At meetyouanywhere.com, a proud sponsor of Carroll Dragon Baseball. In fact, you stack up District 7 6A, and those Trinity Trojans still a lockdown on the top spot at what, 7-1?
7-1, 15-2 overall, and you got Coppell at 5-1, 13-3. They play each other this week. In fact, if you want to switch back and forth, Ryan Mueller and Trent Landry got the call of that game here on Champion Sports Radio. Richland settled in third place at 6-2, 10-8-1 overall. And then there's Carroll at 2-4 and Heritage at 2-4. Carroll carries a 13-4 record into this game. Heritage only 6-12. So 2 of those 6 victories have been in district play. Haltom and LD Bell 1-5, 1-7 respectively, round out District 7 6A. So again, through the numbers, this is a big one.
Through the front half of 7 6A for Carroll, swept by Coppell and then split successive series. First with the Richland Rebels, and a week ago winning 7-2 on Tuesday night over the Trinity Trojans, the league-leading Trinity Trojans, and Friday night losing yet another heartbreaker on the road at Trinity by a final score of 2-1. You mentioned Heritage at 6 up and 12 down overall, 2-4 in district, and what they have done was lose a pair to Trinity, split with Haltom, and a week ago these Heritage Panthers split with the Bell Blue Raiders, most recently a 6-3 win over Bell on Friday night. 2 good head coaches, Larry Hughes in his 19th season at Southlake Carroll with the Dragons. He has won 456 while losing 203. Larry Hughes, the local man, the graduate of Irving MacArthur High School, and Colleyville Heritage has carved out quite a baseball niche over here in Tarrant County under head coach Alan McDougall in his 10th season. 237 wins and counting for Heritage, both Carroll and Heritage a year ago in different districts. A year ago, both district champions.
And both coaches have seen it all. Beautiful, Brad, and a beautiful field here at Colleyville Heritage. The only thing that's lacking is indoor facilities for the broadcast crews, as we're out in the elements again tonight.
And there are some elements tonight.
It's a little chilly, and people, baseball parents, Brad, you and I were both baseball parents back in the day, and we know that you don't quite put away the stuff until maybe Memorial Day, and this is the reason why. It's chilly out here tonight. We're out in the elements. Gray, overcast night. Hopefully it won't rain. I don't want to blow up this beautiful equipment we have, but hopefully we'll get this one. The field's in great condition considering how much rain we've had the last 2 days.
And you, like I, Pete, wise enough to know the stuff you reference is man has to layer up on a night like this, and that's exactly what both of us have done.
Yeah, I had to find something out of my golf bag, to be honest with you. I didn't have anything, and thank God the golf bag was handy and got to pull over because I'd be freezing right now.
It's a canopy of slate gray skies that have been threatening all day long. Temperature peaked maybe in the mid-60s, but by the time we see first pitch here, our temperature well below 60 degrees. I'm thinking more towards the mid-50s. The starting lineup for the Carroll Dragons tonight will feature sophomore Ross Cadena leading off playing right field. He'll be followed by Zach Farrar, tonight's designated hitter, batting for the starting pitcher, Matt Cantorino. Farrar, the DH, batting second. Hitting third, Eric Cole, the senior center fielder. The cleanup hitting catcher is Nick Motley. Playing shortstop and batting fifth for the Dragons, Hudson Sanchez. Batting sixth, playing first base tonight, Casey Combs. And at bottom third, Drew Davis at second base, followed by Kevin Kramer, the senior third sacker, and Ryan Bellamy gets the start. That's 9 spot for Larry Hughes and the Carroll Dragons, again 13-4 overall. Cadena, Farrar, Cole, Motley, Sanchez, Combs, Davis, Kramer, and Bellamy. And the Colleyville Heritage Panthers, as they're being introduced to a nice crowd on a cool evening, will start the following 9. Alex Alvarenga, junior third baseman, will lead off, to be followed by designated hitter Adam Kahn, who will bat for second baseman Isaiah Alvarenga. Batting third, maybe their best baseball player, is catcher Griffin Tolley. He's a senior, hitting .321, returning all-district performer, batting third. Cleanup hitting left fielder is Logan Knowles, a junior. Batting fifth, the starting pitcher, Tyler Marek. Batting sixth, playing first base, Joseph Huff. The right fielder, Connor Bell, bats seventh. And Connor Crotel is at shortstop. He'll bat eighth, followed by Brooks Bostic, the sophomore center fielder for Heritage. Alex Alvarenga, followed by Kahn and Tolley. Logan Knowles, Tyler Marek, and Joseph Huff, the middle third. And the bottom three, Connor Bell, Connor Crotel, and Brooks Bostic. Game number 19 for Heritage. They have won 6 while losing 12. While the Carroll Dragons go in game number 18. The Carroll Dragons a winner in 13 of the 17 starts today. We go to break here. Invite you to stay tuned. Dragons and Panthers on CSR TV after the timeout.
All the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Everybody on their feet, now off their feet for the Star Spangled Banner. And About to get this one underway. You can see the Colleyville Heritage Panthers in the home, all white, top over trousers. And Carroll answers tonight with their traveling gray breeches and a green top with black numerals and lettering outlined in white. The starting pitcher tonight for Heritage is Tyler Merrick. He is a junior right-hander. He's won 2 while losing 3. Has been busy. 40 innings pitched on the year. The ERA at 3.15. 36 hits given up, 25 runs, of which 18 were earned. 17 base on balls, 36 strikeouts for Tyler Merrick, who is making an 8th start of the 2015 season. Merrick, again, the junior right-hander. For Carroll, a team batting average of .321, and they will answer with their junior right-hander in Matthew Cantorino, who has been as good as any in the stable of really good pitchers for Carroll in 2015.
Yeah, he's been great all year, Brad, and hopefully he can get some run support tonight, because that's the only thing Andrew Cantorino's been lacking all season.
Settled into a very nice night. What wind there is, and I think it's settling down some, will be blowing in here at Panther Field, and that's a brisk little breeze in from the north. Set Heritage defensively. Along with Merrick, the balance of the battery features catcher Griffin Tolley. Around the infield, Alex Alvarenga at third base. Connor Crodel plays shortstop. Isaiah Alvarenga, their brothers, is the second sacker, and Joseph Huff is at first base. Brooks Bostich in center field, flanked in right by Connor Bell, and in left field by Logan Knowles. As Ross Cadena steps in, the sophomore right fielder, hitting at a healthy .314. He'll take a look at called strike one, delivered to the plate by Tyler Merrick. Cadena will be followed by Farrar, then we see Eric Cole. That's another looked strike. And we go 0-2. Believe it's 0-2. 1-1 on the scoreboard. Now there's 2 strikes.
I think it's 0-2, Brad. I think the first pitch was called a strike as well. I think you're correct. Found in the strike zone early here.
Yeah, nothing but 2. Tyler Merrick. He'll kick and deal. Leave it upstairs. And Cadena with 4 doubles and 1 triple. Stands in on the right side. He's been quite a find. Again, a youngster, just a sophomore. He'll hit this in the air. Crotel, the shortstop, lopes in, and just a step beyond the infield grass will squeeze out the little pop off the bat of Cadena for out number 1.
Yeah, got in his kitchen that time, Brad, and not very much to do. Hit it off the hands for the first out of the inning.
Top of the first inning brought to you by Jeff Irwin State Insurance Company. For all of your insurance need, call Jeff. You'll find him at area code 817-251-8900 or visit jeffirwin.com. That's in the air. Little humpback liner backing up. Crotel can't run it down. It goes for a base hit on the first pitch. Picking on it is Zach Farrar.
And Brad, here with the 1-out base runner, here's one of the tweaks that Coach Hughes has put into the lineup tonight. His leadoff hitter, Eric Cole, hitting in the 3 spot. And, BD, I got to tell you, I like this move. Usually you put your best hitter in the 3rd spot. Eric Cole's pretty good at a hitter as it is, and also maybe a little support now, a little protection for the on-deck hitter, Nick Motley.
Farrar does nothing but take his .450 batting average northbound on the first offering from Merrick. Crotel gave it a good effort, but backpedaling, couldn't run it down. Here's Cole. That's on the outside corner. Top of the first also brought to you by the Heineman family, who remind you that, baseball, much like church, many attend, few understand. The quote attributed it to the same guy that says, nice guys finish last, Leo DeRocher. The lip. We weren't around that long ago, but we've read a lot of good stuff about Leo DeRocher and what a part of baseball he was. Here's Merrick to Eric Cole. And again, Eric, the youngster who was tardy in getting this season started, only his 12th at bat here. He is 4 for 11 and a .364 average, including a double.
And many will tell you he is the catalyst for this offense. If he goes well, as will the Dragons, and then 3-hole, this is a big opportunity here to get something going early.
There's going the other way, and a base hit by Eric Cole. The switch hitter picks on it and sends it between third base and the shortstop, back-to-back safeties for the Carroll Dragons.
Well, Coach Brad, as Coach Hughes talked about as he walked in, as he just got off the bus, we talked to him, and he told us that we needed to get some protection from Motley. Too many people pitching around him. 2 guys on base. This is exactly the situation he was talking about right here.
Nick, the senior catcher, hitting at .409. Leads the team with 24 RBIs, 5 homers, and 4 doubles. Big angular catcher, can swing it, sticks him from the right side. Merritt comes in with a called strike 1.
I caught him maybe looking outside. Merritt comes in inside with the fastball and grabs the corner for strike 1.
With 1 out, Hudson Sanchez will be next. Motley bats and no score, 2 aboard. Top of the first inning at Panther Field, Heritage High School. Here's Merritt from the stretch, leaves it wide.
Sneaky quick, I would call Tyler Merrick. He got not much to him out there, but
little zip on that.
Little zip on that fastball that time on the outside part.
Heritage, as you'll notice, one of the teams where the majority of the players wearing the pants down around the ankles. There's Motley right at Carroll, the shortstop, who bobbles it and has to take a bite of it. And all hands are safe on the E6.
Well, BD,
Connor Carroll.
BD, we've always talked about all these years, and here comes Alex Johnston going to run for Nick Motley, as he does almost every single time. You hit the ball hard, good things usually happen, and that was the case there. That ball was hit hard right at the shortstop. Took a kind of a weird hop on him. He's unable to finish the play, a little bobble, and does the smart thing. Brad doesn't try to make a throw when he has no play. Bases loaded, 1 out, and here's Hud Sanchez.
Boy, what an opportunity for Hudson to bust this thing open early. Junior shortstop Sanchez, .321 the average, 15 RBIs on the season. Curveball rips it into left field. That'll score 1. That will score 2 Dragons. And Hudson Sanchez, first offering from Merritt, and he got a barrel on it.
And hit it hard, and picking on the shortstop here. Every ball's been that direction, it seems like, this inning. That time, a great effort. Makes the dive, and Brad, if anything, the deflection slowed the ball down, enabling the runner from second to be able to score, because that ball was hit hard. I'm not sure if they send him, but they have to after it's deflected. It's 2-0. Good guys here at the top of the first.
Guy walking up to the plate wearing a deuce on the green jersey playing first base tonight is Casey Combs. 4 consecutive Dragons have reached after Cadena led off popping to the shortstop. Here's Combs. Takes a look at a called strike from Merrick. 2 across, now 17 driven in on the season from Hudson Sanchez.
So I'll tell you one thing about Merrick. He is getting the first strike on everybody.
Combs hitting at .317. There's the pitch. That's inside. Carroll doing what they have struggled with thus far in district play, and that's scoring runs. Doing it early here, up 2-0. Top of the first with 1 out and a couple more Dragons aboard. At second base is Alex Johnston running for Motley, and that's Sanchez at first base. Here's Merrick, just missed on the inside corner. Taken by Combs.
Message, I think, is keep it inside on these Carroll hitters, and they're adjusting well and pounding the ball to the left side of the infield so far. That time just too far inside. 2-1. Good hitters count here. Good speed on the bases.
Center fielder Bostic swung around playing Combs to pull, and he'll chase the curveball, just get a piece of it. And the count will go to 2 balls, 2 strikes on Casey Combs.
Got to find a way to put the ball in play here and make these Panthers make a play here. Chance for a big inning, get out in front. Something that the starting pitcher tonight for the Dragons hasn't had a benefit of all year.
Now he's Matt Canarino. He's still 4-1 on the year. There's on the ground left side. Alvarenga, the third baseman, goes to second, and they'll try to relay, throw it away there. And scoring is Johnston from third to home.
ill-advised throw there by the second baseman, I think, because I don't think they have a chance
think they do either.
to get Combs, and the throw away leads to the third Dragon run, and just what the doctor ordered here, and here's Drew. Drew Davis.
Davis hitting .286. Carroll with 3 hits in the inning, aided by a couple of hours. It's called strike one.
Young man throws a lot of strikes.
Davis with Combs at first base. Nothing to the count. Tyler Merrick, the pitcher's count.
BD, let me apologize tonight to our fans at home watching, and we appreciate all you sticking by us. A little bit of a weird angle that we usually don't have, kind of off to the side, but at least we can bring you to play-by-play and the video of the game and do the best we can at that tonight.
Yeah, they've got everything over here. A beautiful facility. But, man, we wish they had a press box.
And that net has to – it was the worst place in the world for the net to come together, right where I'm set up, but there was no other place for us to go.
That's a healthy scene. Boy, that's hit on the button. Drew Davis will chase Connor Bell to deep right field, and Bell will squeeze it there for out number 3, but not before the Dragons score 3 on 3 hits. There were 2 Heritage errors and 1 man left on base. Panthers coming to bat on the short end of a 3-0 first inning score on CSR TV.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Well, BD, the Dragons do what they haven't done a lot of this year, get ahead on early and give Matthew Cantorino a chance to go out and dominate like he has all year. Let's give you a chance to introduce the starting lineup for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers and the Dragons defensively. Here's Brad Denton.
Heritage will lead off with the junior third baseman, Alvarenga. And there's 2 Alvarengas. Alex is the junior playing third base and leading off. The second baseman is Isaiah Alvarenga, little brother of the sophomore, who will play defensively only. He'll be spelled by the designated hitter offensively, and Adam Kahn, who we will see second, and then we'll see Griffin Tolley, the senior catcher. There you go, Alex Alvarenga, as they trill the R here locally.
Very nice.
Hitting .278, and he'll face Matthew Cantorino. And we'll touch on Cantorino's outstanding junior season after this first pitch to Double-A. Alex Alvarenga. There's the foul ball. Cantorino, how about 4 wins and 1 loss, an ERA of a rather minuscule 1.91. He's worked 29 1/3 innings, given up 20 hits, 11 runs, 8 of those earned. His 6th start of the year tonight, 10 walks, and how about 50 strikeouts for Cantorino?
Quite simple, BD. He's been good, and there's no other way to put it. He's just been really, really good, and some bad luck in a couple starts, but just outstanding even when I mess up his first name.
A winner last week, 7-2 last Tuesday at home over the league-leading Trinity Trojans.
That was a big win for this Dragon team, and tough loss on Friday. Look to rebound tonight.
That's pitch up high. The 0-2 pitch goes for ball 1, 2 strikes on Alvarenga. Colleyville Heritage, again, a district champion a year ago, but remember, Heritage surprised in the first round and bounced from the first round of the playoffs. On the ground, nice catch there. Kevin Kramer on the short hop And he'll fire across to his first baseman, Casey Combs, and Alvarenga is retired as Heritage a year ago ran into a little buzzsaw in the postseason, the Hebron Hawks.
Yeah, and a lot of turned heads when Hebron took care of this Colleyville team because they thought they were going to go a long way. A lot of people thought they were going to go a long way. Hebron takes care of them, wins their next round as well, and then finally loses in the third round. But Steve Stoner knows Hebron Hawks in contention this year as well.
Yeah, having a good year. I think I saw where they're have won 14, maybe 15 of their 20 starts thus far.
Sitting in third place in that nutty division known as 6-6A for baseball.
That is a 9-team district, District 7 6A. We compete in here a 7-team district. There's Cantorino. Defensively, we saw Kevin Kramer make a nice play on the short hop in the hot corner. Hudson Sanchez, a couple of first-inning RBIs, plays shortstop. Drew Davis at second, and Casey Combs to start at first base tonight. Cantorino to Kahn, low and away. Cantorino pitching to the guy you just don't take for granted, even though you know he's going to be back there sparkling game in, game out, Nick Motley behind the plate.
BD, I think it just got colder. The wind just picked up, and wow, 4-pitch walk, something you don't see very often from Mr. Cantorino.
Only the 11th walk in this 29-plus innings work for Cantorino, but he loses Kahn. Carroll's outfield, anchored by center fielder Eric Cole. Ryan Bellamy the start tonight in left field, and Ross Cadena in right field. And here's Griffin Tolley. Good-looking catchers around District 7 6A, and he's one of them. Leading hitter for the Panthers at .321. This is a Heritage team who themselves have been finding it difficult to mount much offense. Team batting average .213. And again, Tolley leads the way at .321. Cantorino works, and there's a called strike. 1-1 the count now to Griffin Tolley.
BD, with that wind picking up, I will mention that it is blowing straight out to center field. Right at 114, or is that 121?
121. We're on the banks of 121, just over here.
We're in the middle. It's a wedge where we are, between the two of them.
Nice move at getting back safely is Kahn.
It's a beautiful field here, though. It just faces out to the highway and sunken down a little bit. I really like it over here.
They have had some big-time baseball teams, some real success under head coach Alan McDougall. I guess their latest wave of stars had names like Preston Palmero and maybe most notably Cody Thomas a couple, 3 years ago.
Cody Thomas right now in a fight for the quarterback job at University of Oklahoma.
He and several of his friends.
Yeah, it's a battle.
You can remember when we were at Colleyville Heritage in a playoff football game when Cody Thomas just riddled the Hebron Hawks.
He certainly did.
Passed him dizzy. Yeah, he was special. And as I understand it, extremely special on the baseball
and
diamond
no longer
well.
playing baseball so he can play spring football to see if he can get that starting job.
2 balls and a strike to Griffin Tolley. Right-hand hitting catcher. Swings and lifts it straight up. Got a talk here. Combs says, I got it, drifting into foul territory. He'll pull it down for out number 2. That's a backwards F3, fouling out in foul ground is Tolley for out number 2.
Casey Combs getting the start at first base for the first time in a while for the Dragons. Does a nice job there, BD, of taking control of the situation. Those pop-ups sometimes can be an adventure, and a really good job of taking control by Casey.
Particularly when that wind's whipping around as it is.
I don't know if I have enough jackets.
Home half of the first inning brought to you by Alcorp Marketing. Thank you to Ben Allen and the Allen family. To find out more, visit alcorpmarketing.com. Alcorp Marketing, a proud sponsor of Carroll Dragon Baseball for the 2015 season. 0-1, and just as you said it, that wind's even kicked up another notch or two. Burr. Logan Knowles is the hitter, plays left field for Heritage.
It's one of those nights we appreciate the friendly confines over at Dragon Field.
Carroll does return home Friday night for these Heritage Panthers, and they've authored some success at Dragon Field. Has Carroll most recently, again, that 7-2 win a week ago over district-leading Trinity. Here's Cantorino, comes with the fastball, misses low and away.
Tough time finding the strike zone now. This is something we haven't seen all season from the young man.
Yeah, it is. Very atypical for Matthew Cantorino. The guy on first base is Kahn. Reached on the base on balls, only the 11th free ticket.
That's a good pitch.
Issued by Cantorino on called strike. 2-2 the count now to Logan Knowles.
You can hear the wind in our crowd, Mike, and my friends. I have it turned down as low as I can. BD, your drink's about to spill all over the board.
Anything but that. Peter, fortunately, it's empty.
Brad Denton is...
I'm not above that. You know that.
Love the man like a brother, but there's times that I just have to find him a sippy cup.
Yes.
The wind did it.
Always blame the wind. Logan Knowles stands in, stays alive on a 2-2 pitch. Got a good rip at it, fouled it straight back. Yeah, jackets and blankets, the order of the evening here in Colleyville.
I may ask for one.
On a Tuesday night. Logan Knowles hitting right at 230. Cantorino loses it upstairs, and this is something we haven't seen out of Matt Cantorino. Even he is working from the stretch and has the past couple of batters, but he has been on the money and all over the strike zone, even when working from the stretch thus far this year.
Perhaps trying to be too fine here, Brad. Good pitch there.
Staying alive again is Knowles. And the count stays full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And as the sign of any good team not giving away at-bats, Knowles doing a nice job here of battling through this at-bat.
One on, 2 out. Nothing across. Carroll's lead, 3-0. Knowles does it again, staying alive. Again, trying to stretch a winning streak into 2 in a row in District 7-6A for Heritage. Doubled up the total numbers on the Bell Blue Raiders last Friday 6-3 final. Here's Cantorino. Boy, that's hit on the ground. Hudson Sanchez gobbles it up, fires a bullseye across the combs, and Heritage is retired. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base through 1. At Panther Field in Colleyville, our count continues. The Carroll Dragons 3, the Heritage Panthers 0.
Harold Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Top of that second inning here from Panther Field. Dragons lead 3-0. Here's Bradley.
Top of 2 brought to you by Speedy V Car Wash on Davis, where they believe they have to earn your business on each and every visit. Visit them online at speedybwash.com.
That's right.
And leading off, Kevin Kramer, Dragon third baseman, working against Tyler Merrick. Carroll sent 7 to the first inning plate, scored 3 on 3 hits. There's called strike 1. 1-1 the count on Kevin Kramer. 214 average for Kevin. And if Cantorino's the Tuesday night guy, Kevin Kramer's the Friday night starter. Boy, smacked on the ground right at Isaiah Alvarenga, and he'll fire across to Joseph Huff, but hit on the button by Kramer, sharply grounding to Alvarenga.
And we've seen that tonight. The Dragons hitting the ball hard. A lot of that atom ball stuff we've seen a couple times this year, but that's a good job by the second baseman making the first out of the inning.
Ryan Bellaby bats in the 9 spot, hitting .250, the senior left fielder. Stands in on the right side. Merrick offers wide and ball 1.
One of the small tweaks, again, the coach used, put into the lineup today. Bellamy getting the start. Seen Ryan as a pitch runner a bunch of times this year, Brad, so he does have good speed.
Boy, and seen him play some really good defense late in ball games in the outfield.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's an asset defensively. Let's see if he can contribute with the bat. Standing in with a ball and a strike, looking at Tyler Merrick. Fastball hit on the ground, and coming tough, Alvarenga, the second baseman. Nicely done by Isaiah Alvarenga. Back-to-back plays made by the second sacker. And very quickly, 2 up and 2 down. This top of the second inning also brought to you by Around the Plate Sports, where personalized coaching changes practice to passion and transforms players to champions. Check out AroundThePlateSports.com, and you'll find more information. Around the Plate Sports.
Nice job by the second baseman that time, Brad. We talked about the speed of Bellamy. He didn't panic at all, just made a nice, easy play. Got him by a step and a half over there at first.
Yeah, one of the real good defensive youngsters, just a sophomore. One of that pair of brothers with the surname of Alvarenga, as they say in these parts.
You're having fun with that, aren't you?
Ross Cadena popped out to the shortstop first trip, stands in, leadoff hitting Dragon. Up and away, Cadena stationed as a corner outfield throughout the year. Tonight, playing right field.
And we've seen that arm of Ross Cadena more than once. He has a great arm, and even more so, you'll be able to show it off, maybe even a little bit more so in right field.
Here's Merrick on the ground, and Alvarenga has a chance to do it all himself. In fact, he does.
The hat trick.
Yes, indeed. 1, 2, and 3. And nothing across in the Dragons' second inning. Through 1.5 at beautiful Panther Field. Our score continues. Carroll 3 and Heritage nothing on CSR TV.
I'm in a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Bottom half of the second inning. Dragons still lead 3-0. Tyler Merrick, the pitcher, at the plate. Here's Brad.
Merrick hitting 5th in the order, to be followed by Joseph Huff and Connor Bell. Heritage batted 4 in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, and a nice curveball finds the strike zone. Snapped off by Matthew Cantorino. Hebron can't enter the 3 spot in the top of the first and go down in order in the top of the second order. Swinging, missing, and now
BD.
Merrick is in a bit of a hole, down 0-2.
Do you have Steve Stone on your mind?
Oh, why? Did I say that? Beg your pardon.
That's okay.
I don't want to do it without you. But I might.
Pitch.
Boy, nice. First strikeout of the night, and down swinging is Merrick.
Now batting for the
Reached back for a little bit extra that time, did Mr. Cantorino, for his first strikeout of the evening. Went upstairs.
The bottom of the second inning, very proudly brought to you by Nothing Bundt Cakes.
They deliver.
Yeah, they're so yummy you'll wish they didn't have that hole in the middle of them. Do invite you to stop by the location. You'll find Nothing Bundt Cakes at South Lake Town Square, or you can reach them by telephone at area code 817-416-6228.
A nice heated bundt cake right now. Perfect. Little hot strawberries in it or something.
Here's the Panther first baseman, Joseph Huff.
Hot chocolate.
Couple of pitches into it, a ball and a strike.
Focus. Spot to miss there. Dragon defense, Brad, you introduced in the last inning, playing a little bit shallow here as we get down deeper in the Colleyville Heritage lineup, and the wind blowing out, kind of surprised, but that's Coach Hughes' way. Good pitch.
Not much of a swing there from Huff and not close to contact.
If he stays up there, they're not going to touch him.
Last week, Matthew Cantorino went 5 full, recall, and struck out 10 Trinity Trojans. Tonight, just 1 K thus far in the book, and that was Merrick a batter ago.
Oh,
boy, don't know where that was. Just missed down and in.
Heavens.
Runs the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Good place to miss right there, Brad. I don't know where it missed, but home plate umpire said no.
Here's Cantorino out of the windup, swinging through it, and strike 3 and back-to-back Ks into the book for Joseph Huff, or rather for Cantorino. The victims, Merrick and now Huff. And here is Connor Bell. A rare left-handed stick in the Panther lineup. He's the right fielder.
BD, it looked like Cantorino took a little bit off of that one there and had Huff out in front. Nice pitch for the second out of the inning.
2 up and 2 down, and again he'll lead off the batter with a good curveball that finds the strike zone, taken by Bell.
Not sure what was said in between innings, but this is the Cantorino we've seen all season.
In fact, it is. Bell, into the screen.
Protect the camera. 0-2.
Covered that thing up. Alan McDougall, in his 10th year at Heritage, knew that the pantry not all the way empty, but he lost a lot of talent from that district championship team a year ago. Who he did return was right up the middle, catcher, shortstop, and second baseman. Well, why not strike out the side in the bottom of the second inning? Very well done, Matthew Cantorino. As 1-2-3 go the Panthers, and we're through 2 at Panther Field. Our count, the Dragons 3 and Colleyville Heritage nothing.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Left hand hitting Zach Farrar to lead off the top of the third for the Dragons. Farrar with 1 of 3 base hits in the first inning and scored the first of the Dragons' 3 runs in the frame. Hitting .450 into the ball game and 1 for 1, on maybe 2 for 2 here. Down the line, that's for extra bases in fair territory. Farrar will turn and dig for a stand-up double. Zach's third 2-base hit of the year.
Well, perhaps Coach Hughes' move in making Mr. Farrar the DH got some attention because Zach was swinging the bat hard now, 2 for 2 on base twice, and that ball hit hard the opposite way over the left fielder's head, leadoff double, and here's Mr. Cole.
Eric Cole, switch hitting center fielder.
Like him hitting in the third spot, Brad. I really do.
Yeah, and he's fresh off of a first inning base hit. Now 5 for 12 on the young season for Eric. It's ball one. Top of the third inning of tonight's broadcast of Carroll Dragon Baseball on Champion Sports Radio, brought to you in part by Meet You Anywhere Barbecue. Go to Meet You Anywhere Barbecue in Grapevine for the best barbecue in North Texas. Online, you'll find them at meetyouanywherebarbecue.com. That's MEAT, the letter U, anywhere.com. Meet You Anywhere Barbecue, a proud sponsor of Carroll Dragon Baseball.
Cole ahead in the count.
2-0 to Eric. And here's Merrick. Hit on the ground at the shortstop, Crodel. He'll go to third base, and they will get the swipe tag to retire Zach Farrar. Running from second to third, reaching on the fielder's choices. Eric Cole, perhaps ill-advised by Zach.
He thought he went on contact, Brad, but the shortstop does the right thing and goes and gets that out at third base, something you never want to do, Brad, make that first out at third base.
Fielded by Crodel, the shortstop, and he flipped it to Alex Alvarenga, Panther third baseman, and not close on the tag on Farrar. That's Cole with good speed with one down at first base.
Eric hit it hard right at that shortstop, but
yes, he did.
He has sure hands over there. May want to find somebody else to hit it to.
Connor Crodel, Kroutil, and the only Crodels I've known have been of Czech descent.
Cole fakes going that time, and the all-everything catcher is ready.
Yeah, I was watching Mr. Tolley in warm-ups, and he, like Carroll's Motley, has a very strong arm from the catching position. Gets rid of it in a hurry. See if Eric may test it. Nope, on the ground, wide of third base, foul for Nick Motley. Again, Farrar 2 for 2 on the night, the leading Dragon hitter. He's followed pretty closely by Nick Motley. 4:09 into tonight's game for Motley. Reached on an E6 error on the infield. Shortstop in the first inning came around to score.
Speedy, don't forget to say hello to the grandparents.
Oh, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. King, we hope you are joining us. Nick says you always do, and we're glad of that. And joining us from an outpost out west at Post, Texas.
Wonder if it's cold there, too.
I bet it is.
The wind blowing.
Motley standing in, 3 balls and a strike. There's ball 4, and 2 are aboard as Cole makes his way to the second base sack, and Motley reaches on the base on balls. Don't remember Nick walking very many, but Merritt gave him nothing to hit.
And here's Alex again, Alex Johnson to run for Motley. It's kind of like, it's automatic, and Motley goes and get the equipment back on, and here's the hot hitting Hudson Sanchez.
Sanchez to 2 RBI base hit in the first inning, raising his .321 average. Got a runner in scoring position. Out at second base is good wheels, Eric Cole. And Alex Johnston at first likewise can run. Sanchez with a count of no balls, 1 strike. From the belt, Tyler Merrick to the plate. Curveball. And left it wide. Had that found the strike zone, I don't know that Hudson Sanchez was going to do much.
BD, there is nobody in right field. The right fielder's over in right center field. If Hudson Sanchez at the line drive to right field, he can run till tomorrow.
A ball and a strike to Hudson. Hudson Sanchez is one of those guys that will make Larry Hughes feel good over the summer.
Yes, he will.
Knowing that he's got a quality shortstop, good baseball player coming back in 2016 for his senior season. 1-1 pitch. Sanchez spins out and fouls it out of play right side.
Almost looked like he was trying to go to right field with that one, Brad, on a pitch down and away, and kind of spun out. You nailed that right there. Kind of spun out of it, though. 2-2. No, I'm sorry, 1-2. Now on Sanchez, one out. Dragons lead 3-0 here at the top of the third.
All three of the Dragons' runs plated in the top of the first. There's the pitch in the air. That's in the gap. Giving chase, the right fielder will run it down in Bell. And Connor Bell, by swinging way over there, playing Hudson Sanchez perfectly.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Brad. That's usually in the gap, but not tonight. That right fielder over playing right center field took maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 steps. Makes the play easily. Now 2 outs.
And a couple aboard for Casey Combs.
Got to find a way to get that run in out there.
Yeah, you can't sit on that 3 spot. Rangers tried to do that last night. Not too much success.
Let's not talk about that.
Combs reached on an error and was stranded in the 3-run first inning.
I've never thought to myself the first weekend of the season, when do pitchers and catchers report next year? It'll be a long year in Arlington, unfortunately, I think, my friend.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. That's why we can just
enjoy this.
Just relish the schoolboy game.
It's always better anyway.
Casey Combs with the ball on the strike. There's a throw down, nobody there. Cole with good speed, doesn't even hesitate, and then puts on the brakes as he rounds third base.
Looked like a missed sign that time. Catcher Tolley thought he had a chance of getting Eric Cole. And Eric, when that ball went towards second base, he didn't care. He just took off and came this way and had to put the stop sign up there at third base because I think he had all.
I did too.
I thought he was going to keep coming. Now the runner now with 2 outs, 2-1 count in scoring position. It got 90 feet away.
And the way Cole took off the minute Tolley unleashed it, it was almost like Eric Cole maybe was baiting the throw down. Now at the corners, Dragons with Cole at third and Johnston at first base. In the air, lifted into foul territory towards the dugout and out of play on top of the dugout. You might have heard the clang. So Combs will stand in with a count that'll lock in at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Go, Casey!
Casey Combs hitting .317. It was very often this year been utilized as a designated hitter tonight, playing defensively and showing some leather down there at first base.
Something this team's been missing all season is that big 2-out hit. See if Casey can get it right here.
That's ripped into the gap, giving it chase, and running it down is Knowles in left center field. Combs hits it on the button, but run down by Logan Knowles in left center field. And the Dragons leave a pair, goes scoreless. And there is 1 hit in the inning, so no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and a couple of Dragons left aboard. Middle of the third inning, and Carroll's lead continues over the Panthers by a count of 3-0.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Bottom half of the third inning here at Panther Field. Carroll continues to lead Colleyville Heritage 3-0. Give you all the action. Here's Bradley.
Matthew Cantorino continues to toil on the mound. He's been sparkling through 2 innings, and now he looks at 8-9-1 off of Alan McDougall's Heritage Panther lineup card. And leading off, playing shortstop tonight, Connor Crotel. The little guy stands in right side. He'll rip it foul into the net, and the count will level at a ball and a strike to Crotel. Be followed by Brooks Bostich, and then go to the top of the order, and we'll get to see Alex Alvarenga again. One the count. Crotel swings on a line, and a nice backhanded play by a very special little second sacker for the Dragons. He has sparkled all year long. Drew Davis.
Automatic out there at second base all season is Drew Davis, and that time maybe the best play he's made all season. Paul hit right on the money right there.
Flashing to his right.
Almost overran it.
Backhand
Such
at
a
it.
good jump.
Pulled it off of his shoe tops and absolutely robbed Connor Crotel.
Put a star next to that one in your scorecard, Mr. Denton.
Asterisk has already been planted. Brooks Bostich. Little man playing center field. Left-hand hitter, bottom of the lineup. Cantorino. Wide, and it's ball 2-2-0. To a kiddo hitting 200 and batting 9 hole. Come on, Matt. Throw strikes. Challenge this guy.
Boy.
Swinging up there and fouling it into the netting.
The coach and Brad Denton just came out there, folks.
I keep myself warm somehow. Home half of the third inning tonight. Brought to you by Heritage Homes. Fouled off one more time. Appreciate all of our sponsors, including Heritage Homes, building fine customs homes in Southlake and surrounding communities. Champion Sports Radio, very proud to bring you Carroll Dragon Baseball for the 2015 season. Cantorino, curveball, and still up there hacking and getting a piece of it, staying alive.
Those guys are ripping.
Is Bostich. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brooks.
Again, another quality at-bat by one of these Heritage Panthers. Nothing to show for it quite yet, but they are battling.
There's no question the spotlight around District 7, 6A on the Ball Diamonds tonight, shining and brightly over Trinity as Coppell on the road tonight to take on the 7-1 Trinity Trojans.
A lot of heads being turned there.
And Kendall Clark Cowboys are nipping at their britches legs at 5-1 themselves. Cantorino, nice pass ball, and blows it by Bostich for a third strikeout of the night.
Cantorino won that battle right there, but that's a nice at-bat by that young man.
Number 3, Alex Alvarenga.
He wears number 3, plays third, Alex Alvarenga. And as a matter of fact, grounded out to his counterpart, third base. A nice play made by Carroll's Kevin Kramer to retire Alvarenga, leading off the bottom of the first. Oh, wow. What a nice pitch by Cantorino. Had Mr. Alvarenga up there not looking real healthy, waving at the curveball.
Nice pitch there. Just off balance, off speed. Nice job.
Cantorino comes back with a low hard one away, and Alvarenga won't chase it. Goes a ball and 1 strike. Both of these teams still certainly harboring playoff hopes, albeit their records 2 wins, 4 losses in district play. But recall, 4 teams will advance out of 7-6A. Little check swing by Alvarenga, and he grounds out weakly to first baseman Casey Combs, who does it unassisted. 3 up and 3 down in the bottom of the third, and we continue from Panther Field with our score: the Carroll Dragons 3, the Heritage Panthers 0.
Conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest. the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Along with Pete Nielsen, Brad Denton, and Peter, one more time, the guy who sparkled in the previous top half of the inning defensively, Drew Davis, will lead it off.
How does that happen?
I don't know, David. And it wasn't the third out of the inning; it was the first out of the inning. But my goodness, what a play!
Usually, it's it's amazing how many times it happens.
Davis about a base hit away from lifting his average to over 300. Just shy of 290. Your game number 18 for the Dragons. Tyler Merrick continues to toil on the mound for Alan McDougall's Panthers. And Carroll continues to lead 3-0. All 3 runs scored in the top of the first for Carroll. Oh, that's hammered in the air and given chase as
That's
Bell.
over his head.
That's over his head and off the wall on a hop. And Drew Davis will think about 3, but put the brakes on top of the second base sack. Boy, that was smoked by Davis.
That ball was hit hard, and the wind helped it, and it kept carrying away from the right fielder. One hops the fence out there in right center field. Leadoff runner on base again for the Dragons. Got to find a way to move him around.
That a 4th 2-base hit on the season for Drew Davis.
Don't be surprised if you see somebody bunting here and get him over here at third base.
Now we've got 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Kevin Kramer, third baseman. His number called here, the senior hitting at 215.
What do I know?
It's a called strike on Kramer. Tonight's broadcast of Carroll Dragon Baseball on Champion Sports Radio is brought to you in part by Priority Signs and Graphics. Custom building signs, pole signs, LED message centers, and large format graphics where your sign is our top priority. Priority Signs and Graphics. Little pop-up right side is run down by the second baseman, Isaiah Alvarenga. And Kramer is retired, and Davis can't advance.
Number 4, Ryan Bellamy.
Kramer trying to do the right thing that time, Brad. Go to the right side, just got under it a little bit, and too much air under that one. Second baseman runs over, makes the easy play for the first out of the inning.
Bellamy stands in, the Dragon left fielder. Boy, would he love to drive one in.
Getting an opportunity to play, that will get it maybe.
That is tagged and giving chase.
Traveling.
In center
Look
field.
at that ball carry.
My goodness, 1-2 hops now off the wall. And Drew Davis will come in with the 4th Carroll run of the ball game on a ringing double off of the bat of Ryan Bellamy.
We've been talking about it all night and trying to comment on how cold it is and how the wind is blowing straight out. Brad, that ball got up in the jet stream.
There it went.
And it went. The center fielder was frozen, and then he realized that, oh my, it's going to be over my head. And he made a great effort, but just couldn't get there. One bounces the fence and straight away center field.
Bellamy with the RBI double, trading places with Drew Davis, who steps on the pay station.
Mr. Bellamy saying to Coach Hughes, hey, put me in.
Coach. Tyler Merrick.
Uh-oh.
Well out of the strike zone to lead off hitting sophomore right fielder Ross Cadena. Third appearance for Cadena. He's 0 for 2, popping out to the shortstop, rolling out to the second baseman. 1 out, 1 on, 1 in, top of the 4th. And again, missing on the curveball and badly upstairs is Tyler Merrick. And here's the pitching coach coming out to talk to his junior right-hander.
Yeah, he's got to talk to me. The defense kind of let him down on that last play again. Tyler, you can see a little bit upset, but Settle down. He's not pitching bad, Brad. He just got a pitch up, and, boy, Bellamy hit it hard. 2 balls in a row hit hard this inning that were both up in the zone.
Yeah, they were. Mentioned the leadoff double by Davis, and Bellamy follows that with a double of his own. Davis was well in front of his ball. It was hitting down the left field line, and Bellamy to near straightaway center on one that got maybe a hop and a half before it ran into the wall.
It was an extended visit here at home plate, out on the mound, and just try to calm his right-hander down.
This is not head coach Alan McDougall. Don't look for a pitching change.
The head coach and home plate umpire got out about as halfway, as most coaches will do. And he'll feel that umpire coming and get him about halfway out there and turn out and go back to the dugout.
Before the timeout, Merrick had gone 2 balls, no strikes to Cadena, and neither pitch was close. He works with Ryan Bellamy dancing off of second base. Come with a fastball, and Cadena will lift it wide, right side foul and out of play.
Came inside that time on Cadena and just couldn't get the good part of the bat on that one. Fouled it off down the right side.
Peter, I know it's cold. Having fun with you, though.
Juggling, BD, juggling.
That one's down low. Yeah, I meant to give you a public nod of appreciation for the many things you're doing tonight. Again, we're running a man short, so the guy who takes on the extra responsibility, my partner Pete Nielsen, I call him the butcher, baker, and candlestick maker because he does one of everything. Producing, cameraman, offering some good color analysts. That one straight up the elevator shaft behind home plate. It's brought in by the catcher, Tolley.
That's a tough play. Tolley made it look really easy. You know, the wind got it, pushed it back to him. Second out of the inning.
And here's Farrar. You talk about somebody, he may be the hottest of the Carroll hitters, already 2 for 2 tonight.
Both the opposite way. We've seen that all season, Brad, him going the other way, and left fielder now being adjusted closer to the line.
2 hits in the inning for Carroll. Both have been doubles, 1 scored.
If he ever pulled the ball, the right field, thank
Boy,
you.
That is smoked on the pull, and that is extra bases. That's Farrar looking for his second double, and this one will drive in a run.
Well, Zach heard me. That's that, you know, they listen to us, Brad, sometimes. And I was looking to right center, the right fielder. Again, he's over there in right center field. And just absolutely tattooed Ferrer. 2 doubles and a single on a night, 3 hits already. It's only the 4th inning. Carroll up 5-0.
And Tyler Merrick struggling on the mound, and now he's got to stare down Eric Cole, who is dangerous.
Hit it hard twice tonight.
1 for a base hit. Switch hitting center fielder. That's in the air off the fist, going the other way. Knowles has a beat. The left fielder one-hands it, and Carroll is retired, but not before the Dragons plate 2 on 3 hits, all doubles, and leave a man aboard. And they will stretch the lead now to 5-0, middle of the 4th inning at Panther Field on CSR TV.
Tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Bottom half of the 4th inning here from Panther Field. Dragons lead Colleyville Heritage 5-0. Matthew Catarino back on the mound for the Dragons. Tell you all about it. Here's Brad Denton.
Peter, how about the How about the sticks for the Dragons tonight? 7 hits, and 4 of those have been doubles. And they lead it 5-0, and Cantorino has been tough as nails tonight, has faced only one beyond the minimum through 3 innings, and the only base runner for the Panthers reached on a first inning base on balls issued by Matthew Cantorino. This will be Adam Kahn, 2, 3, and 4 on the lineup card here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Heritage now on the short end of a 5-0 scoreboard at their place. Cantorino facing Kahn, and Adam Kahn is the guy that Matthew walked in the first. Swing and a miss. The count goes a ball and a strike. Griffin Tolley would be next, and then we'll see Logan Knowles. Again, 2, 3, and 4, Kahn, Tolley, and Knowles. That's on the outside corner. That's a marvelous pitch. Painting the black, knee high. Keeping it away from left-hand hitting designated hitter Adam Kahn. Kahn stays alive and fouls this one in. We've watched Cantorino work a whole bunch of this now, his 8th start on the year, and he's got a really nice, smooth motion.
Yeah, he does. And always spots the ball, Brad. Has a great ability to move the ball around out of the strike zone. And there's a great curveball.
Strikeout victim is Adam Kahn, number 4 on the night for Matthew.
Now batting for the Panthers, the catcher, number 9.
Just good control, good. And Brad, I'm going to tell you, I know he's had a pretty good start. This ain't the best we've seen of him this year.
No, we've seen him sharper, but he's
battling,
doing what he does. Oh, so well. Here's Tolley. Popped up to the first baseman, Casey Combs, first at bat. He does wear number 9, Griffin Tolley. Red and black the colors here. White uniforms, black numerals trimmed in red for Heritage tonight. It's a good pitch right there. Catches the inside corner. Called strike, 1-1. The count to Griffin Tolley. Not a big kid, particularly for a catcher, but a good one. Cantorino fastball. That's on the outside corner.
So he hits the inside corner down. He hits the outside corner down. Tolley's going to be talking to himself. Where's he going next?
Tolley with one of only 4 team home runs for Heritage this year. RBI leader with 17.
Wow.
Swinging, missing, not close. Griffin Tolley.
In, out, down. 3 different spots, 3 different pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
It's a funny game. Somebody like that, Griffin Tolley in this case, can just look like it's not fair one at bat, and then the next time he'll square one up in a corner and rattle around for 2, maybe 3 base hit. Here's Knowles, the left fielder. Knowles closed out the first inning of play by grounding out to Hudson Sanchez at shortstop. Very quickly, 2 up and 2 down in both the strikeout victims. Numbers 4 and 5 on the night. Curveball doesn't get there.
This is what you were just talking about, Brad, how good he looked against Tolley, and now he looks like he's lost. I don't know if he hurt himself or not.
Our senior catcher calls the timeout and heads out there.
Stumbled off the mound a little bit, Brad. I think Motley doing what he should do, get out there and say, hey, you just put their best hitter away. Come get this guy.
This guy is Logan Knowles, who has 2 balls and no strikes. While Carroll was going 31-6 in 2014, Heritage winning 20 of 34. And again, both crowned district champions of their respective leagues a year ago. Swinging foul ball, 2-1. A count to Knowles. We bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Carroll's 5-0 lead earned by 3 in the first and 2 in the 4th inning.
A little extra jump on that fastball right there, BD.
Caterino takes a little off of it. Curveball finds the outside corner. Sweeping curve just does catch the corner.
When somebody's locked in like this, it's kind of fun to watch. I just can't describe it. He doesn't have his best stuff, but he's still pretty darn good.
Caterino did strike out the side in the second, trying to do the same here in the fourth inning. But Knoll stays alive, fouling that one off. Guys swinging it. Knowles is going without the sleeves. All of the Dragons with the long sleeves underneath.
Look out.
Keep them alive over there. There is a net in front of the dugout, but that one found the opening.
One of the kiddos out in the middle of the opening, and he ain't there anymore.
Danced pretty quick. 2-2 the count. Logan Knowles digs in. Caterino from the windup will deliver to Motley.
Good pitch.
And will strike him out looking. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 consecutive strikeouts for the second time tonight from Matt Caterino. And we've closed inning number 4 with our count. The Dragons 5 and the Panthers nothing on CSR TV.
News about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Take me out to the ball game.
Top half of the 5th inning here at Panther Field. Dragons lead 5-0 over the Panthers. Nick Motley coming to the plate. Lead off the inning. Here's Brad.
4, 5, and 6 for the Dragons, who have the healthy cushion at 5-0. Motley on the inning reached on an error, scored in the first, reached on a walk, was stranded in the 3rd inning of play. Called strike 1. Tonight's broadcast of Carroll Dragon Baseball on Champion Sports Radio. Brought to you in part by Aruzzo's Italian Street Food. Fresh, fast Italian food where family and friends do go. Order online at Aruzzos.com. Aruzzo's, a proud sponsor of Dragon Baseball.
BD, I went there for lunch again the other day. It's that good.
Boy, that's hammered to right field off the bat of Motley, but right to Connor Bell out in right field.
Gotta laugh. Nick Motley got halfway to first, threw his hands up in the air, and just, I give up. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the right fielder who has, have you noticed, BD, this outfield moved back a little bit?
Tonight's game broadcast also brought to you in part by SportsMed Chiropractic. Former Dragon pitcher and UTA Maverick Dr. Ryan Robinson has a practice. It's located on Main Street in Grapevine. Dragons helping Dragons get back in the game and keeping them there. SportMedChiro.com. Hudson Sanchez stands in.
1-1 count, BD. Took a pitch for the fastball on the middle and laid off that curveball on the inside half.
Bat in the top of the 5th. Dragons have a lead at 5-0. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you in part by Alcorp Marketing. A healthy thank you to Ben Allen and the Allen family. To find out more, visit to alcorpmarketing.com. Boy, that Sanchez kind of cues this one up the middle, and that's a base hit. For Hudson, a second hit, 2 for 3 with an RBI on the evening thus far.
And you can think Nick Motley's even a little bit more upset because he hits us, can't hit it any harder, and he's got nothing to show for it. And Hudson Sanchez rolls one up the middle for a base hit.
Sanchez with 2 RBIs, as a matter of fact, with the first inning single. Here's Casey Combs. Combs officially nothing for 2. Did reach on an error in the first inning. Flied out to left fielder Logan Knowles in the third. There's one out, there's one on. The guy on is Hudson Sanchez. And Combs at the plate, the Dragon first baseman. Getting late early here from the Heritage perspective, trailing 5-0 in the fifth. Combs can't pull the trigger, and it's called strike 2.
That's a nice pitch right there. Down in the zone. Casey had nothing to do with it. Ball down in the count 0-2 now.
Tyler Merrick wearing number 10, and he's gone the distance. And still out there battling, trailing 5-0. Strike 3 called on Casey Combs.
Yeah, got him caught looking curveball that time, Brad, and got the fastball.
Couldn't do anything but stand there like the house alongside the road, as they say. Drew Davis will hang a halo over his headgear for a big old ringing double. Came around to score run number 4 in the top of the fourth.
Mr. Merrick telling Coach McDougal over there he don't want to come out of the game. He's rearing back and throwing.
The runner on first is Hudson Sanchez. Here's Merrick. Comes in with a curveball and leaves it up and in on Drew Davis. Dragons heading into the back half of District 7 6A play. And they need to find the win column. And looking to do that tonight. That would improve their district mark to 4 wins, or rather 3 wins against the 4 losses. That's called strike 2.
Same pitch he called the ball, according to Drew Davis. You can see the look on his face, and it don't matter what he thinks. 1-2.
Here's Merrick. That's on the ground. That's going to be a base hit to right field the other way. So Drew Davis joins the parade of Carroll hitters with multi-hit games working.
Exactly what this Carroll bunch needs, too. A bunch of guys on the – but now you're getting some from the bottom of the lineup, Brad. And Drew Davis with 2 hits, and it's good to see.
Ryan Bellamy with the double out of the 9-hole last at bat.
And here's Kramer, who had been swinging a hot stick coming into tonight.
Nothing for 2, grounded out to the second baseman, then popped out to the same guy. Merrick, a curveball, finds the strike zone. Tyler Merrick's worked some innings. This is now his 45th inning on the year. And you match that against Cantorino of Carroll, who's now in inning number 33. Boy, that's another good curveball, and Kevin Kramer way off balance.
Couldn't pull the trigger on that one.
That was the knee buckler. And it's 0-2.
Dragons with 9 hits, Brad, here in the 5th inning.
Couple of those in this inning. Base hits for Sanchez and Davis, and they're both aboard. There's the pitch on the ground. That is knocked down by Crodel, and Crodel's going to throw home, and scoring is Hudson Sanchez. Never did slow down.
Wow, that's aggressive baseball right there. And Sanchez never stops. I don't know if the stop sign was up, but he never stopped. And another run for the Dragons, put a 6th spot up there now, and 10th hit.
Nice job by Crodel to knock the thing down. Shortstop ranging far to his right and into the hole, and on the dive and the backhand knocked it down. Almost was able to pop up and throw out Sanchez, but Hudson slides in safely, and the lead stretched to 6-0.
He showed good range, Crodel, all night at shortstop.
Here's Ryan Bellamy with a couple aboard. That's Davis at second base, and after the RBI single, Kevin Kramer at first.
Once again, BD, the bottom of the order, doing the damage.
Yeah, you're right. They have all 3 gotten hits. Davis, Kramer, and Bellamy. And Ryan looking for more.
10
Whistles one right under the chin and a little bit inside to Bellamy. 1-1 the count.
10 on the night now for the Dragons. I don't even think the scoreboard can go that high. I think they're stuck at 9. Good to see.
3 in the frame.
A much-needed offensive outburst for this bunch.
That's in the air. On the infield, Connor Crotel will get it, and the Dragons are retired in the top of the 5th, but not before. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors and a couple men left aboard. Middle of inning number 5 at Panther Field. A new count. It is Carroll, the Dragons 6, and the homestanding Panthers nothing.
I'm in a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for Team Middle Management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need Stacky, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. Stacky is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Pete Nielsen joins me. I'm Brad Denton, collectively champion Sports Radio, sending this one your way visually on CSR TV from Colleyville Heritage High School in Panther Field. Here's a fresh jersey onto the field. This is Colo of Heritage, who will bat for the pitcher Tyler Merrick. Again, the surname is Colo. K-O-L-O, Big Joe, senior, listed as an infielder. He'll try to solve Cantorino. None of his teammates have thus far. Strike one called to Colo. That's on the ground. That's by Kramer, and a base hit in the first safety of the game here in the bottom of the 5th for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers.
Jinxed them. Hit hard that time. No chance for Kramer over there at third base.
Well, let's see. Do they leave the big fella Colo in to run? In fact, they do.
It sounded like that the public address announcer wanted to take him out, but nothing out of the dugout.
Leadoff hit for Colo. And in stands sophomore first baseman Joseph Huff. A strikeout victim in the second inning. Again, the K count for Matt Cantorino at 6. He'll work against Huff. Fouled into the netting. A ball and a strike to Joseph Huff, who will be followed by Connor Bell. Then we'll see the shortstop, Crotel. Same two teams Friday night, Dragons Field in South Lake. Kevin Kramer, the scheduled starter for Carroll in the Friday night affair. Huff at first base, the sophomore hitting a .162. There's the pitch. Now he's hitting more than that. He'll spin that one down the right field line. Giving chase is Cadena. And here's the big fella, Colo, pulling into third base. And with a double down that right field line is Joseph Huff. Back-to-back hits. The first 2 of the night for the Panthers. Off the bats of Colo and now Huff.
Hit hard that time. No chance for Combs over at first base. And good job of Cantorino out. No, not Cantorino.
Cadena.
Out in right field, getting that ball in and cutting that runoff before it could score. But The Panthers, a little life here in the bottom half of the fifth inning.
Seeing Colo move from first to third, and they may have wished they put a pinch runner in.
Hey, picking them up, putting them down.
Not too quickly. Here's Connor Bell. Left-hand hitting junior right fielder. Struck out in the second. Canarino working now with runners in scoring position. And Bell gets around on one, grounds it foul, right side. Carroll's lead at a rather robust 6-0. Dragons with 3 in the first, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth inning. But here in the bottom of the fifth inning, with nobody out and 2 aboard, the Panthers making some noise. Canarino forced to work from the stretch. Delivers to Motley. Hit on the ground. Kramer in foul territory. Will glove right behind third base. Tonight's broadcast of Carroll Dragon Baseball on Champion Sports Radio, brought to you in part by Classic Silks and Accents, offering fine custom silk florals, window treatments, and accessories for residential as well as commercial interiors. Proudly serving customers now for 15 years. Call Diana, area code 817-821-4756 at Classic Silks and Accents.
Nice play, Motley.
Yeah, digging it out of there, and that runner at third, oh, so important to be a wall. Nick Motley was. A ball and 2 strikes. The hitter is Connor Bell. Canarino would love to ring up yet another strikeout here.
Got him.
And there it is, strikeout number 7, and carry the lumber back to the bench is Connor Bell.
Good pitch that time, down and away, and it just carried out of the zone and couldn't do anything to lay off, and that's the first out of the inning. Big out right there.
Carroll Dragon Baseball also brought to you in part by Paragon Design Group, designing incredible custom homes and remodels now for over 23 years. Invite you to call Robert, area 817-946-5933, and let him know how they can serve your residential design needs at Paragon Design Group.
Our rider is Robert Leeper, one of the folks that has been given Brad and I a huge hand all throughout the season, helping get these broadcasts on the air, and all his support. We thank him and all the other Dragon Faithful and Dragon Booster Club members.
Thank you, Pete, because do we ever. The little man to play shortstop is last name Crotel, the first name Connor, stands in and is down in the count to Matt Canarino, 0-2.
Just painted the outside corner with that curveball right there.
He's the guy that hit the line smash that was caught on the brilliant play by second baseman Drew Davis. Here's the pitch to Crotel, just wide.
Exactly where Motley set up that time, outside of the zone, and couldn't get him to chase.
If you're Crotel and sitting in no balls, 2 strikes, how do you lay off there?
Especially after the call that was just made on the pitch before.
Colo at third base, Huff at second base. And throwing a barrel at it and staying alive, hitting it foul. And into the tarp.
Let's see the youngster go down there and try to find it inside the tarp. There he goes, and he's got. Oh no, no.
Looking behind the tarp, got to look into it.
Oh no, it's not over there. It's in there, youngster. There he goes.
From the stretch, Canarino to Crotel. Oh, just missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There he goes.
It's the little things. I was hoping nobody caught him. Nobody saw that, but he was on camera.
2-2 the count.
Got him.
Yeah, he's a strikeout victim, number 8 on the night. So after back-to-back hits, the single by Colo, the double by Huff. Back-to-back strikeouts, still 2 on now, 2 outs.
Almost out of this mess.
Brooks Bostic.
Second and third, nobody out. Now he's got it to 2 out, BD.
Little center fielder. Bats in the 9 spot for the Panthers.
Wow.
Looks at a called strike.
It's like when Cantarino gets challenged, he steps up and brings it to another gear, and he's showing it here.
kind of napped his way into the inning and a couple of hits. The big blow by Joseph Huff, who was hitting just over 160 into the at-bat. Now he's pulled up the socks a little higher, and he's rocking and firing. 0-2.
You like to say
to Bostic.
As you like to say, the big boy bridges.
Yeah.
One pitch away from getting out of a second and third, nobody out mess.
Cantorino delivering to Brooks Bostic.
Got him.
And there it is. Swinging, strike 3.
That's large.
No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left in the bottom of inning number 5. But again, nothing across, and we continue through 5. The count at Panther Field. Dragons over Heritage by a 6-0 score.
Carroll early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Top of the 6th inning here in Panther Field. Dragons lead. Colleyville Heritage 6-0. New pitcher on the mound, new shortstop on the field for the Panthers. Tell you all about it. Give you all the play-by-play of the 6th inning. Here's Brad Denton.
The shortstop wears number 13. He's Devin Leffler. He'll spell Connor Crotel for the Panthers. And now on the mound, he wears number 8. He's Joe Colo. He's been busy, 19 and a third innings. He's started 3 ball games and overall given up 21 hits, 13 runs, 11 of those earned, at 3.98 ERA for the big right-hander Joe Colo, who will face the Dragon leadoff hitter in Ross Cadena in the top of the 6th inning. Colo now pitching for Heritage.
Well, young man broke the no-hitter up, so let's see what he can do out there on the bump. Throw a fastball right down the middle.
Fastball to Cadena, who takes it. We've talked about what damage the bottom of the Dragon order has done right here in the leadoff spot. 0 for 3 thus far on the evening for Ross Cadena. Sophomore carried a .314 average in. And now he'll work from behind on the count to Joe Colo. No balls, 2 strikes.
Colo not throwing as hard as Merrick is, and that's going to be Merrick was, and that's going to be an adjustment here that the Dragon hitters are going to have to make.
Here's the pitch by Colo. Took a little off, left it down and away. Well, Peter, what do you think? District 7-6A, I said they were going to send 4. Trinity looks very healthy. Coppell looks very healthy. Richland has been maybe the biggest surprise of the district. Mm-hmm. And then I think you got Carroll and the rest of the guys fighting it out. Look out, here's Cadena. Can't find a hole out there. Drifting back is Isaiah Alvarenga, the second baseman, and a couple of steps onto the grass will squeeze Cadena into a 0-for-4 night on the little pop-up to the second baseman.
Well, we talked about it in the open, how big this 2-game series is towards that point. Those 3 teams are starting to make running away with it, so it's going to be hard for any of these 2 teams to catch up with those 3. So a long way. How this series goes will go a long way in figuring out who's going to be the number 4 seed from this district.
I'd say Zach's seen it pretty well.
He's locked in.
A single in the
solidly.
first, A double in the third, another two-base hit in the fourth inning, 3 for 3 for Zach Farrar. Front half of this sixth inning brought to you in part tonight on Champion Sports Radio by Meet You Anywhere Barbecue. Meet You Anywhere Barbecue, you'll find them in Grapevine, and that's where you'll find the best barbecue in North Texas. Online at meetyouanywhere.com. That's MEAT, the letter U, anywhere.com. Meet You Anywhere Barbecue, a proud sponsor of Dragon Baseball 2015. Boy, Farrar getting his money's worth, swinging and missing.
Swung through that one. You asked me how I felt a little while ago about
how
things.
You feel?
I'm cold, if you're asking. But no, this series will go a long way because after this, the Dragons have Bell and Halton, correct, left to play on their schedule. They've gone through, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And those are all winnable games. So if you get through this series and you take care of business this series, you can get it up to 7 wins. That'll probably get you in.
In fact, could get
you 8.
Yeah, get you 8 wins.
That'll get you in.
8 and 4, and that would get them in. But to get there, they've got to sweep on out. It looks like they're well on their way to the winner's circle tonight. Farrar staying alive.
Stranger things have happened, BD, so, and we've seen it this year.
And the thing for Carroll, they played the teams that have turned out to be the face cards thus far.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Coppell and Trinity relatively early in the district schedule, and they can't have any direct say on the Trojans or Cowboys anymore.
And 2 of those teams playing this weekend. This weekend, it's Trinity and Coppell are battling this week in their 2-game series for the season.
I'll be interested to get a line score, maybe a box score on what goes on over at Euless this evening.
See if I can get that for you here. I've got nothing else going on.
No, you don't. Zach Farrar looking for a 4th hit tonight in as many appearances. Not going to get it. Going to be a strikeout victim for Joe Colo. And here in the top of the 6th, 2 up and 2 down, and now Eric Cole. He'll stay on that left side, the switch hitting Dragon center fielder working against right-hander Joe Colo. Colo to Cole. Larry Hughes has to be proud of the way the kids got off the bus swinging the bat tonight.
Yeah, and he was concerned. We talked to him early, Brad, and you could tell it wasn't the same Larry happy-go-lucky Larry Hughes
sort of had his lips pursed and said, we got to score some runs.
Yeah, start winning some ball games.
Yeah, he just looked at us and said, you know, what you're supposed to be, potential, what you've done in the past, all that's gone. We got to win baseball games starting tonight. And it looks as if the Dragons are well on their way to doing just that, leading 6-0 in the top of the 6th inning. Eric Cole up, nobody on, 2 down. Called strike, nice pitch by Colo. You talked to Larry Hughes very long, and he can talk baseball with you around these parts for a long time ago.
He's been doing it for a long time, B.
29th year as a head coach, 19th at Carroll. The previous 10 years were spent first at Cedar Hill, then a stint at First Baptist Academy, Dallas, and then at Dallas Thomas Jefferson High School before taking the Carroll job in the mid-90s. And you talk about influences, and I mentioned maybe last broadcast that's in the air, twisting foul, giving chase is Alvarenga out of our eyesight, but he'll make the play in foul territory to retire Eric Cole. 3 up and 3 down, nothing across, top 6 for Carroll. We go to break with the lead. The Dragons 6, the Panthers nothing.
Boosting exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334, or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
This is sixth start on the year for Matt Caterino, and he's been pretty strong through 5 complete, now 9 strikeouts, and Caterino taking dead aim at win number 5 in his 6 decisions thus far. Go to the home half of the 6th inning with Pete Nielsen, Brad Denton. Thanks for spending a part of a chilly Tuesday evening with us here from the Ball Yard.
Bottom of 6 for the Panthers, the third baseman, number 3, Alex Alvarenga.
Go to the top of the order to pick up the third baseman, Alvarenga. Alex, thus far, nothing for 2.
Well, share the information I got for you.
Well, I will. I was going to say
over
I
here.
asked for it, and I did receive it. Wondering what about the Trinity Coppell game being staged over there in Euless this evening, and sure enough, Pete Nielsen added to his job responsibilities tonight, researcher, and he said, I got it. 6th inning, Coppell, 2-0.
3-0, top 7.
Thank you. Guys all over it. Matt Caterino
threw me a curveball.
Alvarenga and hit him on the forearm, and he will reach a 4th base runner on the night.
Your attention, please.
Is Alex Alvarenga.
Number 23, Trenton
Farrow. Trenton Farrow, a senior outfielder, saw him taking the warm-ups out in right field earlier. Will step in to bat for Adam Kahn.
Yeah, we may have a little chat on the mound. Here comes Larry Hughes. He wants to check on Mr. Cantorino.
He's thrown some pitches, obviously, through 5 complete, striking out 9.
It's never going well when the movement from Coach Hughes is the palms up when he gets on the mound. Like, what are you doing? You don't know how good you are, kid. Finish this.
You know, we're guessing, but maybe it's an educated guess. I think Larry Hughes may have those conversations with Cantorino.
Mm-hmm. I think so, too. I think he's a young man that doesn't know how good he can be. But when I watch him and he walks to the mound and the first thing he does is the palms up, it's not how you feeling, kid.
Alvarenga at first base. And big Trenton Farrow looks like he's going to get his money's worth, but takes a look at strike 1. Tonight's broadcast of Carroll Dragon Baseball on Champion Sports Radio.
He does get his money's worth.
Is brought to you in part by Nothing Bundt Cakes. So yummy, you'll join me in wishing that they didn't have that hole in the middle. Stop by the location. You'll find them Nothing Bundt Cakes on South Lake Town Square, or call area code 817-416-6228.
Still want one.
I do too. Heated up. Swinging, and Farrow doesn't look healthy. As a strikeout victim, now into double figures in the K count. Cantorino with 10.
The catcher, number 9, Griffin Talley.
Fastball, curveball falling off the table. Just not fair.
Talley has been quiet. Nothing for 2. Popped out the first baseman, struck out in the previous appearances. Can't catch up with the Cantorino fastball. Come on, Matthew blew that one by, held out a hand. Get back to me, Nick. I'm ready to work. Let's get out of here.
I think the message was hurry up.
Talley to be followed by Logan Knowles. 1 out, 1 on. Check swing, gets by Mr. Nick Motley, and Dancing down to second base is Alvarenga. Count 1-1 to Tolley.
Check swing there, BD?
I'm going to say check swing, and are you going to say pass ball? Or are you
No, that's a wild pitch.
WP in my book also.
That's a WP, but I thought that was a pretty hefty hack, but apparently not.
Yeah, 1-1 the count, only the big healthy rip on the opening pitch. Here's Canarino. Upstairs with the breaker. And 2 balls and a strike.
Folks, yeah, the wind has not stopped, just in case you're wondering.
Still whistling around. Canarino toes that rubber as close to the first base side as he can. And there's the pitch, another good fastball, and swing and a miss, and well behind it was Tolley. Batting the bottom of the 6th inning, and that's a bone-chilling breeze too, my friend. Catarino, strike 3 called on Tolley.
I want to tape what Larry Hughes said to him. You might want to ask him after the game. Right?
Bottom of the 6th.
What was the comment when you went out there with your palms up?
Logan Knowles steps in.
Kid pitches better when he's challenged, that's for sure.
Knowles 0 for 2. Good curveball by Cantarino.
Goodness gracious. It's unfair.
Man, again, first ballot Hall of Fame in the program. Favorite moment for Matt Cantarino, making first band in varsity baseball in the same year.
Yeah, he got into every football game free that way, right? So it's a win-win.
And he looks like a kind of guy that's not afraid to crack a textbook.
They must be
Nothing
behind
in
schedule back here on this football project they're working on. All I smell is diesel. They're still working in the dark behind us.
Canarino. Knowles will lift it out of play and stay alive.
Over into the softball. Oh, there's a net over there protecting the softball field. That's a good idea, huh? Down the net, the ball
it is,
comes.
especially when both are being employed simultaneously.
Really good idea.
Matt Canarino from the stretch.
Holy
sets and delivers.
Good
strikes
pitch.
out the side one more time. That's a 3rd time that Cantarino has struck out the side. Opening guy reaches on a hit by pitch, and then he sets 3 down in a row, and we're at the middle of inning number 6, or we're through 6, I beg your pardon, heading to top 7. And the Carroll Dragon lead continues at 6-0 over Heritage.
On all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Top half of the 7th here at Panther Field. Dragons still lead 6-0. Tell you about it. Here's Nick Motley to lead off the inning and tell you all about it. Here's Brad Denton.
Be happy to talk about one Nick Motley into the 18th game here. The average at .409. And thus far this evening, 0 for 2 Good hitter. Been a cleanup man all year long for Larry Hughes Dragons.
Hitting a bit of bad luck tonight is Nick Miley. Hit it hard a couple times right at people.
And Joe Colo continues to work on the mound for the Panthers. Good pitch. Tied up Motley. I was mentioning Larry Hughes and talking baseball with Larry Hughes. Fun to talk to him about his time in the Southwest Conference playing for the SMU Mustangs back when they had a very active and at times successful baseball program. And man, did he love the guy he played for at SMU, the late Steve Adair. Motley's fouling that one out of play. Steve Adair, kind of Mr. Baseball around here, and had some of the early indoor facilities after the SMU days. And
any kin to the Steve Adair that coached basketball at Plano East for many, many years,
no,
Brad didn't?
This Steve Adair was a baseball guy that unfortunately passed away pretty early of leukemia. And Larry Hughes will almost well up when he starts talking about what a great influence Steve Adair was, not only in baseball, but just living life one day at a time. Nick Motley hit, and you did say ouch, and so did he.
Oh, yeah, right on the wrist. That's something you're going to need to watch. And here comes the Heritage trainer to come even take a look.
And here's Johnston to come spell his teammate, the catcher.
Johnston's like, oh, Nick.
Yeah, here I am. And there goes number 10, spelling number 19 for the Dragons.
Got him on the glove hand. The glove hand. His whole, he just showed the guys on the bench.
Ow.
His whole arm is numb. No worries, though. We'll take, Graham, we don't want to get anybody alarmed. Nick Motley's a tough kid. He'll be fine.
Hudson Sanchez. 2 RBI base hit in the first. Another single, scoring a run in the 5th inning of play, 2 for 3 overall. Colo will chase Johnston back to first base. Batting the top of the 7th inning, the Carroll leads 6-0. The Colo delivery to Sanchez. Hit in the air and lifted to center field. That's Bostic coming in and making the catch there. Kind of got him below the label and towards the handle, and Sanchez flies out to Bostic.
Good pitch
in
that
center
time.
field.
Got in, like you said, Brad, got in on him.
Now batting for the Dragons.
New pinch hitter.
Yeah, Martin. Anthony Martin will bat for Combs here in the 7th inning.
What you bet that Anthony Martin goes play first base defensively for the 7th inning as well.
You don't lose anything there. Martin can play that first base, and would love to see Anthony swing a healthy stick right here in the top of the 7th. There's the pitch on the ground, wide of third. That's foul.
First pitch ripping, sitting on that bench all night watching, and comes up and takes a healthy cut on the first pitch he sees, does Anthony Martin.
One thing that Larry Hughes says throughout the year, and he's consistent and said it again tonight, that's a great group of kids. I love
loves
these
this
kids.
kid. It's a good group, and you can see they have fun in that dugout. They're always picking each other up. It's always good to see. They'll hit, Brad.
Martin twisting foul right side. 0-2. Anthony looking at Joe Colo with a pitcher's count.
Colo's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, he has. I'm telling you, even though Heritage struggling overall now at 6 wins and a dozen losses, looking for 13 tonight, trailing 6-0 late. There's some baseball players over here. One of those suburban areas where
somehow they find them there, huh?
Yeah, they do.
I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but sure seems that the good players find a certain program, just like the Flower Mounds and the Marcuses and the Carrolls and the Capels. Always no shortage of talent.
Martin pops it up. This in play in foul territory and will be gloved by Joseph Huff, sophomore first baseman. Out number 2, the backwards F3. And here's Drew Davis. 2 for 3 on the night. A double and a single in the 4th and 5th innings, respectively. Came around to score in the 4th inning.
And the defensive play of the game on a backhanded diving stab. That was in the 3rd inning as well.
Dragons error-free tonight. Davis seeing a pretty good, healthy rip and fouls this one back. First offering from Colo. Carroll sitting on 11 hits on the night. Colo from the stretch with 2 outs and 1 on. And Davis tries to lay into it again, pops it out of play right side. Something that Carroll has not done since the District 7 6A play began is to mount that 2-game sweep, and that's what they're trying to do this week.
You kind of need to.
There's a runner in Johnston, popped up right side, drifting back is Huff. Got plenty of room in foul territory, and fouling out first baseman. Beyond the bag is Davis for out number 3. And to the home half of the 7th, the Carroll lead at Heritage over the Panthers is 6-0. Be back on CSR TV in a moment.
Conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Bottom half of the 7th inning here at Panther Field. New pitcher, new catcher into the game for the Panthers. For the Dragons. Hoping that the Nick Motley situation isn't too bad. But new catcher in the game. Brad introduced him, and a new left-hander on the mound for the Dragons to finish this thing up.
Well, the catcher is a junior. Wears a pair of deuces on the green jersey. And Mr. Kiefer, Ben Kiefer, now behind the plate for Carroll. And on the mound, kiddo that wears number 17 in Hill Garbo. Garbo has worked 7 innings thus far. We'll try to close it out for Carroll. Hillgarbo, Hill Garbo. Left-hander and brings it into Colo, and he fouls it off. I mentioned Hill, 7 innings. Garbo has started 2 games. He has won 2 with no losses, given up only 2 hits, 6 runs, 3 of those earned, a 3.00 ERA, 6 walks and 6 hits, or 6 strikeouts rather, in 7 innings of work for Garbo. There's Colo, took a little off of it, did Garbo, and a swing and a miss.
Crafty left-hander.
Nothing short. Tonight's broadcast of Carroll Dragon Baseball on Champion Sports Radio brought to you in part by Priority Signs and Graphics. Custom building signs, pole signs, LED message centers, and large format graphics where your sign is our top priority. On the web at PrioritySignsAndGraphics.com. Nice strikeout of the first hitter, Colo, by Garbo. That is a 13th strikeout by Dragon pitching tonight. bring up Joseph Huff.
Garbo, a strike throwing machine here.
Huff, one of only 2 Panther hits on the evening, and it was the bigger blow of the 2, the double. Swing and a miss, or a foul ball, beg your pardon, off the bat of Huff, who will be followed by a fresh jersey over there, loosening in the on-deck circle, as we'll see Will Herrera get a 7th inning at bat for Heritage.
Hey, threw a ball. First 5 were strikes.
Kiefer and Garbo, the new battery catcher and pitcher respectively. Joe Huff at the plate. Steps out of that one inside. 2-2 the count.
2-2. Don't want to fall behind and put a base runner on here, Brad.
Oh, Huff will lift it out. A loud foul right side, well behind Hill Garbo's offering. The Carroll runs, 3 in the first, a deuce on the board in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. It all totals out 6-0 Dragons. Ooh, just inside. Tonight's broadcast of Carroll Dragon Baseball also brought to you in part by Heritage Homes, building fine custom homes in Southlake and surrounding communities. Heritage Homes. Look out. 14-4 will be the Carroll mark on the season. If they can get a couple more outs. And Peter, who would think of that? Looking at a 14-4 mark and thinking we're fighting for our lives in District 7 6A play.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Garbo. Second strikeout in as many at bats. Joseph Huff, the latest victim.
For the Panthers, number 24, Will the Thrill Herrera.
Will Herrera.
That's the Thrill.
The Thrill Herrera, as known in these parts in Colleyville. And a great big youngster. Garbo going to challenge him. Will Herrera, an upperclassman by trade, first baseman. Way late on Garbo's pitch. And it's 1-1. 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Carroll looking to close out Heritage, leading 6-0. Garbo out of the strike zone. Hill Garbo's got that nice, smooth left-hander's motion. The pitch to Herrera, and down to the last strike as it's fouled back into the netting. Hill Garbo gets a sign from Ben Kiefer. And out of the windup, the port sider delivers up high. And that's going to be ball 2 to Herrera. Nice to see Kiefer getting some district play time, but my goodness, we hope Nick Motley is okay. That's on the ground. Kramer at third base. Gloves, fires, ball game, and that's a winner for the Carroll Dragons. By a final score at Panther Field of Carroll 6 and Heritage 0 with the win. The Carroll season marked to 14 wins and 4 losses. More importantly, the District 7 6A record for Carroll now at 3 wins against 4 losses. By the way, the Heritage Panthers fall to 6 wins, now 13 losses on the year, and Heritage now with 2 wins and 5 losses in District 7 6A play. Well, a winner for Carroll again by a final count of 6-0 on the road at Heritage. Congratulations to Larry Hughes and the guys. We'll go to break. Invite you to stay tuned. Our postgame programming, we wrap it up after the timeout on CSR TV.
Cast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the...
Back at Panther Field, Brad Denton down on the field with Carroll head coach Larry Hughes. Bradley?
Pete Nielsen along with Larry Hughes, the victorious coach. We've got one question collectively. And we can get to spewing some about Matthew Cantorino. What'd you say to him in that 6th inning visit? You approached him palms up, and Pete and I are just speculating. Come on, you don't know how good you are. Let's get to work.
Well, really, what I said, he's the last couple of games, in the 6th inning, he's kind of lost a little bit, and that was supposed to be an low and outside fastball, and he hit the kid up and in. So I just wanted to get his attention. I just went out and I said, "Okay, are you done?" And he said, "No, he just missed his arm slot." So.
And Larry, somehow you did get his attention because boy, did he bounce back with some real determination and finished out a terrific night for Matt Cantorino one more time.
Yeah, he really pitched well. He kind of started out a little slow. A lot of pitchers, do in the first inning, and it takes them number of pitches and hitters to kind of find their rhythm and find their stuff and that kind of thing. And he did a great job from there.
Larry, we talked before the ball game, and I winked at you and said 8 runs would be pretty nice tonight. But we'll take 6, but 11 hits tonight, swinging the bat well. 4, maybe 5 of them for extra bases. I mean, goodness. And the bottom third of your order, I think 4 of the 11 hits tonight.
Yeah, we hit some balls hard tonight, and that's what we really needed all along. We've lost some close games where we just couldn't get that big hit, and tonight we really did. We hit some balls hard, and kids did a good job.
Nice to see Hill Garbo get the save late tonight.
Yeah, Hill's got a great arm. We just we've got several pitchers, and if your two starters are doing the job that you expect them to, in being those two starters, your relievers don't always get a lot of work, but he's got a great arm, and came in and did a good job.
Yeah, he did. Congratulations. See you Friday night at Dragons Field, and looking for a first District 7-6A sweep.
Okay, and before that game, tell me it's going to be a 10-run game.
I'll do it. Thank you, Larry. Thanks. Congratulations. Pete, back up to you.
Brad Denton once again calling a shot. 6-0 Carroll victory. We're back to wrap this one up. You're watching Dragon Baseball on CSR TV.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores, 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball, let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Back at Panther Field, one last time, wrap up a 6-0 Colleyville, South Lake Carroll victory over Colleyville Heritage. Matthew Canarino, the winner for the Dragons. They go 6 strong innings, exactly what the Dragons needed. Welcome back in the play-by-play voice of Dragon Baseball, Brad Denton. And Brad, some final thoughts on this one, exactly what the Dragons need to get back in their winning ways.
Yeah, double digits in the hit column. They finished with the 6 runs, 11 hits in total for Carroll tonight, and the Dragons leave 6 aboard. Heritage shut out only 2 Panther hits, 3 Heritage errors, and Colleyville Heritage leaves 4 men on base. But with the win, Matthew Canarino now 5 wins in 6 decisions overall, and he strikes out a dozen tonight.
And like Coach Hughes said in that little interview you just had, that wasn't the A stuff of Matthew Canarino, but that just shows how good he is. And he's able to get through the first 5 without giving up a hit, gives up a couple, in the fifth inning, gives up 2 hits and just battles out of second and third, nobody out, doesn't give up a run, comes out strong in the 6th inning. And we heard Coach Hughes says, that's all, no more after the 6th inning. And so much so good, but impressive tonight. Over 10 hits, I think unofficially 11 base hits for the Dragons tonight. Exactly what the doctor ordered. And
4 doubles.
Need to carry on this momentum, Brad, to tomorrow, to Friday night over at Dragon Field.
A little doff of our cap to Hill Garbo, who gets the save, his second of the year. We appreciate you joining us tonight for Carroll Dragon Baseball on a cool, crisp Tuesday evening in North Texas. Tonight's game broadcast has been brought to you by Meet You Anywhere Barbecue, by Alcorp Marketing, by Nothing Bundt Cakes, by Heritage Homes, by Priority Signs and Graphics, by Jeff Irwin State Farm Insurance Agency, by the Heineman family, by Speedy V Car Wash, by Around the Plate Sports, by Aruzzo's Italian Street Food and Sports Med Chiropractic, by Classic Silks and Accents, and by Paragon Design Group. Carroll Dragon Baseball is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio. On Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and of course online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. Dragons win it by a final count of 6-0 over homestanding Colleyville Heritage tonight. For my partner Pete Nielsen, Brad Denton, reminding you once again, Dragons 6, Panthers nothing. Until next time, so long everybody.